So you're planning to buy these garages outright,
Yeah.
rather than secure an option agreement with the owners and then get planning?
Peter, welcome.
Thank you.
Where have you come from today?
I've come from Bristol today.
Okay, so not too far. So tell us a little bit about your property experience.
I've done quite a few BRR deals, which I've held, and that's been able to replace my income. And then I've moved on to a few development deals. So I've done a few infill plots.
Okay.
And I'm looking to take it to the next level and try and get some learning from these experienced angels.
So what's the deal then that you've brought today?
There's a row of 6 garages,
Yeah.
which we're looking to purchase, knock down, and build 3 3-bed terraces.
And how much are you looking for today off them?
So today I'm looking for 215,000.
Yep.
I'm looking to offer 50% profit share. Yeah, just to build that kind of relationship to go on and do more deals.
Great. Well, good luck. I'm going to send you in and I will speak to you at the end. I'll have my fingers crossed for you.
Thanks very much. Thank you. So my name's Peter. I got into property after university and I've done 11 buy, refurb, refinance deals, which allowed me to leave my job and get into property development. During that development, the development involved, it was a derelict bungalow, a 3-bed bungalow on quite a sizable plot. So we extended using PD rights, went 6 meters back, converted the loft, and then we got planning to build a new build next to it. During that build, my window fitter obviously knew what my ambitions were, and he actually lived on the plot that I'm going to show you today. So he showed me this plot, so it's an off-market deal.
Well, he lives in the garage.
Yeah. So he owns the house to the right, and it's a row of 6 garages. He owns 3 of the garages and the land behind. The deal involves buying those garages, knocking them down, and building 3 3-bed terraces. Well, I spoke to local planning consultants and local agents, and we thought that the best scheme was to go with 3 3-beds.
Yep.
So we're thinking quick sale, build those.
Very good. So how much are you paying for the garages?
So looking at 12,000 each, with the land behind is in total 136,000.
And all that has been agreed, paid, bought?
So 3. So I have 3 vendors signed up, agreed, ready to go. One of them is being a bit difficult, but I think I can negotiate him round.
In my experience, when you're putting a deal together, there's always one at the end who you end up paying double that you did the rest. Not always, but quite often, and that's something most of us have to do.
So the planning hasn't started yet, has it? You haven't.
No.
Have you spoken? I think there was a comment here from a planning consultant. Is that right?
Yeah.
You think you'll be okay?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, there's quite a substantial bit of land behind, and it's wide enough to fit it in.
And the build costs, where have you got those from?
I actually had, because I've recently done a new build, my build cost came at £1,200 per square metre last year, and I appreciate that materials have gone up, but my engineering background and project management background, I believe that I can get kind of the £1,600 per square metre is quite conservative for me. So I think, yeah, that's kind of where I got that from.
So you're going to knock down these garages, and it's just essentially new builds.
That's right. Yeah, very simple. Yeah.
So you're planning to buy these garages outright,
Yeah.
rather than secure an option agreement with the owners and then get planning. Is that the route
So
that you're
without
planning to
subject
do?
to planning, I think because the planning is very simple, it's very easy. I can't see why they would give the planning. I think
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, me too.
Peter, sadly, I've said it myself.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
one big reason could be parking, because you're going to be losing 6 garages on the street and all the space in front of it.
Sure.
I can see the house on the right there. One of those garages is clearly for the house, and there's parking in front of it. So that'll all be allocated to the new houses. So actually, the houses either side and whoever they are on the street, they're all losing parking. That could be a big reason they'll refuse.
Sure.
I don't know the detail, but that could be.
I mean, the very simple thing here, Peter, have you done a pre-app to the council?
Not for this one, no.
Okay, I don't buy anything, Peter,
Okay.
unless I have a pre-app.
Okay.
If I'm buying unconditionally,
Sure. Okay.
because that gives you, it's not written in stone what they say, but it gives you a very good idea, and it gives you confidence, and your banker's confidence, and more importantly, it will give us confidence.
Sure.
Yeah, and for the viewers, just the pre-app is the
sorry.
application before the full application, so they give an indication of what decision they might give you. That doesn't, unfortunately, commit them to anything, but you'd hope it would come back favourable, so you would have more confidence in the projects. I'm always looking to kind of de-risk projects, so...
You got that off. You got that term off, eh?
So you've got one option to sell the plot with planning permission. You've got a couple of options there, or there's the build and the sell. Which are you erring on? Which are you favouring at the moment, and why?
Looking at selling the plot with planning permission does give quite a good return, and it's quick. I know you've heard this all before, but I believe that we could achieve better numbers on the build costs and therefore realise a better profit in the deal, which is why I've led with that one.
That's the sense I had, but from an investor's perspective, there's more risk in building out, particularly on time and on costs, and you've got a lower return than the quicker, much less risky sell with planning permission. So from my perspective, if I'm getting a higher return with less risk, that's a no-brainer.
Sure.
A no-brainer to me.
Are you struggling to find your next commercial to residential conversion project? Well, over the next 2 years, virtually every UK bank branch will close. Banks are fabulous buildings in prime locations, and thanks to permitted development rights, they're really easy to convert to alternative uses under a light touch planning regime. My team have put together a list of over 500 UK bank branches which are poised for imminent closure. And for a limited period only, you can download this list absolutely free. Your next commercial property project is on this list, so download it now and enjoy the rest of the video.
Just going back to the purchase, you said there's land at the back. Is that owned by each garage? Does it?
No, so it's the one owner, so it's the window fitter who owns all the land behind.
And three of the garages.
Oh, he's a smart cookie, isn't he?
And there's actually potential, so the houses behind have quite substantial gardens, so there is an extra bonus of maybe getting some more garden, to kind of build out those.
But also there's good space to those houses that won't restrict the planning application.
Very hard when you start negotiating with lots and lots of different landowners.
Sure,
Very difficult.
I've got a question about the ownership, which is are these garages, the ones in individual ownership, are they attached to the houses, meaning on the same freehold, or are they held on separate titles?
So they're held on separate ones,
So that's very easy to unbundle then.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
One thing that I see, as you think you can sell the site for a third of the end value, which is pretty retro. It's a bit like what Ranjan's wearing today. You're going back probably 10 years with that. So a third used to be absolutely what everyone said.
Sure.
But that was probably 10 years ago. It's now more like, in my view, depending on what you're building, I know, it's more like 20 to 25% of end value.
Okay.
Now that makes quite a lot of difference, because I love the idea of investing in you, because you're very investable, very experienced. I like that. Cautious, professional, and just getting planning and banging it out, trading it and on to the next deal.
Sure.
No one's ever gone bankrupt making a profit.
Is there any reason that you wouldn't buy it subject to planning or put an option on it? Is that not an option? Or
No, yeah, for sure. I think just for getting a lower purchase price, I think going around with a planning consultant.
Have you explored that at all?
With what?
So far as
offering
just trying to de-risk it a little bit, because obviously you buy them, you own them. If planning gets turned down, it's a bit of a disaster, isn't it?
Sure.
What are you looking for from us exactly?
So 215,000 for the purchase and the planning costs, and there's a bit towards construction as well. But we're looking at getting 100% development finance to build out.
Yeah.
And I'm offering 50% profit share because I'm quite keen to learn from your wealth of experience and build a successful property development company.
Oh, if you're that keen, I think I want more than 50%.
Are you able to contribute any funds yourself?
I can do, yeah.
I just think with something like this where there is the chance of it not going the direction you hope, it's probably good from an investor's perspective, a bit more comforting from an investor's perspective to know that you've got some skin in the game
Sure.
and can't just walk away.
Yeah, sure.
You mentioned that on your previous developments, your build cost was, did you say 1,200 per square metre?
Sure, yeah.
And now you've got it, so 149 per square foot. That's what you've got it at. So for new builds, that's pretty cheap in the current market. How confident are you in that?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. The guys I work with are happy to work for a day rate, and I'm project managing, so I'm managing purchase of materials, managing...
So effectively are the builder.
So you're acting really as the builder almost, yeah.
As the contractor, yeah.
It's a lot harder to do on a full new build. It's quite a lot of work.
That's
There's
plausible.
A lot of work and a lot of knowledge there that perhaps
Nicholas,
you
it's
don't
got
have.
more qualifications than you have.
It's 10-minute drive from my house as
You
well.
don't have many qualifications I've got, John.
Not in this construction he has. Engineer. Are you an engineer?
Yes. My degree was in engineering.
Was
It was.
Touche. You're both as good as each other. I've got a degree in social engineering, but that's totally
Social
different.
engineering, yeah. Well, mine was audio engineering, but it's
Got a
still
degree in
similar.
I wish-
talking, Joe.
You put in 50, I'll give you the balance on the basis that you get a very positive pre-app.
Okay, so you make up the two.
We'll make up the 215 together. I'll put in 3/4 of it.
Okay. And you still want 50-50?
So you want 50-50.
Okay.
This one's a bit small for me, and the margins aren't that interesting for me personally. Always look to de-risk everything with a pre-application, always.
Here's where I'm at. I think this is an interesting proposition, but I think that the way you've pitched it involves too much risk.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of make you a counter offer.
Okay.
I'd like to revisit the purchase prices, but subject to a maximum of 136k. My proposal will be, we buy the plot, we basically put in some CGIs of the nice fancy three houses and put it up for sale as a site assembly plot for someone else to do the planning and all the rest of it. And 70-30 split my way, because we'll put up all the money.
There won't be any money to put up the way you're doing it.
What do you mean?
So you buy it.
So you're buying
We
it.
buy the garages.
Oh, sorry, I
We'll put up the
misunderstood you.
we'll just put up the CGIs of some nice
and bang it out to
and we'll
a
bang it
builder,
out as
to
a
builder.
site,
Yeah,
as a
as a
site
site.
assembled site,
Yeah.
for them to put the planning in and do what they want.
Absolutely, that's exactly
just
what I
make a
said to you
small-
the
a
other
little
day
margin.
on another deal, and you've just copied exactly what I said to you 2 weeks ago when you phoned me for some advice. Anyway, do you know where Wiltshire is?
Of course I know where Wiltshire is.
Just checking because it's outside the M25.
Oh dear.
I think
Nicholas?
Ranjan's offer is a complete waste of time. I think he's going to add no value.
No value.
That everyone's going to see straight through it, and you're going to be stuck with it. And when you could have been getting on with a pre-app and have the positive response of that, at least to show a vendor, possibly even get the planning through. Now, I think there is some negotiation that you need to do here to put this together properly, and I think I could help you with that. So, in the similar to Paul, if you can put 50 grand in, which for me de-risks the buying of the 3 garages there, and if we can talk to your contact, who I believe we could pay a little bit more money for, and I think we should tweak the 3 garage purchases to a bit of a delayed completion.
Okay.
As we could exchange on them and then say we'll complete in 3 or 4 months, something like that. We can have the whole thing wrapped up by completion with planning, and then we're straight to land and development finance, and we can finance the rest of it. And we'll put in any top up, like Paul.
Okay.
But I've got the expertise in terms of planning. We're building 2 houses on a back plot with Craig, actually, who
whole
we've
2
started.
houses?
2 houses on the
Three,
back of it.
Nicholas.
Well, it's a single house. We bought the house for, I think it was 750 grand. The 2 houses will be worth similar. It's going to make over £1 million profit, and he came on this show last season. So, I'll offer you the same as Paul, 50 grand and any top up needed.
Okay, great.
But I'll help that negotiation, make sure we can put this together.
Yeah, fantastic.
I can also negotiate.
Oh, we've got a fight on our hands already.
Helen.
So where I'm at, I'm doing something similar to this at the moment, and I know this is small, but an even smaller scale. And that slightly puts me off because I know the challenges and the timescales on this stuff. But it does sound interesting, and I actually do see the value of what Ranjan has offered, and that's slightly tempting me, something like that as well. But I have no interest in building this out.
Okay.
So I want to make that very clear.
Sure.
But I would, yeah, I would put in the balance.
Yeah.
But I would be looking to, once there's a pre-app, then sell the pre-app.
Okay.
I don't want to build.
Okay.
You've really got a minute now just to think about which one you want to take, or none at all. It's entirely up to you. So
I think I'd like to go with Nick, if that's all right.
he likes being called Nicholas, by the way.
Nicholas.
Just a
I
tip.
don't mind. I don't mind.
But if he gets the deal, he doesn't mind Nick.
John, my friends call me Nick. It's only you. It's only you, Nicholas.
Congratulations.
Looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yes, thank you.
So Peter, judging by your face, it looks like it was a positive result.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Excellent, so you got what you wanted.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant, tell us what happened then.
Well, I think all the angels wanted a piece of the pie, so I had quite
Wow.
a few offers,
Okay.
which was good.
Yeah.
Decided to go with Nicholas. Really like his ambition, his energy, and I think he gave me the best offer in the end.
Why do they like him so much? It's unbelievable, Helen, isn't it? Well, he's got the same degree as you. We found out you got a degree for a start today,
similar
Nicholas.
degree. Yeah, I do have a degree.
And you found out that I haven't. So, well, everyone knew I hadn't, to be fair, probably. Ranjan, you've got a degree, haven't you?
Yeah, software engineering.
Software engineering, is
It's
that
all
right?
engineering, something like that, isn't it?
I thought it might be
Sort of
something to
software and
do
computers.
with promotion.
Development.
Self-promotion, but obviously not.
Self-promotion, Bachelor of
YouTube.
Self-Promotion.
Bachelor of YouTube.
Bachelor of YouTube Honours.
The Baker Street Property Meet is the UK's largest and #1 property investors networking event. The property market is going through monumental change right now, and at Baker Street Property Meet we aim to keep you up to date with the latest tips and tricks and insider tactics to help you keep on top of your property investing game and succeed in these troubled economic times. The Baker Street Property Meet is fundamentally about networking, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And at Baker Street we aim to connect you with the people to make your property journey a monumental success. There's no better place to be to further your property investment journey than the Baker Street Property Meet. So make sure you're here, you're connecting with myself and Andrew Roberts, our expert guest speakers, and 300 passionate property people each and every month. See you at the next meet. Get your spot at bakerstreetpropertymeet.com.